Hi everyone, Armoured Pants here, and I have a review for you of the new collectible tank D Tier 7 Smasher. And as always, we have a complete guide, and we will look at the tech spec firstly in Blitz Hangar. Now this tank is, well, it's going to look familiar, right? Because it's effectively a KV2. Upgraded to Tier 7 with some add-ons. It's collectible tank 2, it's not a premium. So let's look at the cost. It's €33, about 38 bucks, and about I think it's 28.99 actually, British pounds. So it's cheaper than some of the stuff that's been put recently by Wargaming, but certainly not cheap. It's Tier 7 basically, KV2 as we said. It's going to look very familiar. So you've got extra hit points. So you've got 1350 with enhanced armor rather than 860. You've got better view range as well, slightly, about extra 10 view range, a bit less. Damage per minute obviously is bigger because it's got bigger alpha rolls. Now with regard to the DPM, you can more or less forget about the AP and the heat. The gun handling on them is awful. So basically you just need HE. You'll see when we look at the gameplay that I actually loaded up AP and heat. It was experimental just to see if the gun handling would be different to the KV2. I've only played 8 games with it. But it's not really. The gun handling is very, very patchy with AP rounds. So if you're up against a heavily armoured tank, you're not going to fully pen. You can still take your 3 to 400 alpha roll with your HE, which is guaranteed. So let's have a look at it here in terms of its armour profile. The first thing you're going to notice is it has better armour, which you will need in Tier 7 because you're going to come up against Tier 8s obviously as well. The spaced armour is a big help because it means that other KV2s and other smashers and the big guns can't really do a lot of damage on you. Now you'll know if you're a KV2 player that another KV2 can one-shot you, and he can even do it on the front if he hits the plate in between the bottom of the hull and the turret. That's not the case with this tank. It has better armor on the front and the full HE roll won't go through. So that's a bit of protection it has. The spaced armor is also great for protecting at the sides. In other words, you can't get full HE rolls into the sides, and the turret armor is better than the KV2 as well. So more or less it's a tougher competitor, right? However, it is effectively a KV2, plays like a KV2, has the same big derp gun as the KV2, more or less with the same characteristics, more or less the same gun. So if you love the KV2, you're going to love this tank because it's a bigger, better version. If you don't like the KV2, I mean, you played the KV2 with the derp gun, which you should be doing, otherwise no point playing it, then you're not going to like this. So it's quite simple. I was asked by many people on channel and on the Facebook page, is it worth getting, should I get it? Well, the answer is, if you love the KV2, yes. If the KV2 is one of your fun go-to tanks and you love big derp rolls, then yes, get it because you'll really enjoy it. If you don't like playing the KV2 and you're not good at it, then don't get this because it's simple as that, right? If you do love the KV2, then it's just a matter of the money. If you have the money, get it. If you don't have the money, then don't get it. Simple as that. You look at the tank too, you can see it's just a KV2 with some crap just bolted onto it. Why you would stick to bombs or rockets onto the side of a tank, I don't know. It seems a bit mental, but anyway, this is kind of also lazy from Wargaming. I mean, really, this is not, they haven't put much thought into this, right? Have they? I mean, it's just taking a tank which already exists and just making it a bit different, putting some spikes and things on it, making it look like something from Mad Max. Not as lazy as the T-34 versus the T-34 1776, which is exactly the same tank with a different paint job. Not quite as lazy as that, but pretty lazy. So for that reason alone, is it worth giving Wargaming extra money for this absolutely lazy approach to tank design for their very loyal customers, which we are. Obviously, I'm not a contributor or anything like that. I only do this for the love of the game and to help with their blitzers. So I paid for the tank myself to do the review. I was actually asked while I was online in-game to do a review as well. So, so I'm happy to spend the money so that you guys can get a more informed opinion and get an independent opinion too, because it's from somebody who's not associated with Wargaming. It's really, I don't care whether you buy it or not. I have nothing to do with Wargaming. I'm completely independent. So, my view is, I hope, an impartial one. So, but that said, I do want to give you an honest opinion, and if you if you love the KV2, then you're going to love this because it's a bigger, better version, let's say. If you hate the KV2 or not good at it, then just forget about this thing. Simple as that. If you do love the KV2, then as I said, it's only a matter of whether you've got the cash or not. But you know, I'm sure it's going to become available again, and it's probably going to become available in chests, maybe at Christmas time or in some events, etc. So you know, you don't necessarily have to buy it now. That said, the tank itself, if we look at the tank, leaving other stuff aside, the tank is good fun. You know, I played the KV2 for some time when I was shooting some stuff for some videos. I did enjoy it. You know, I like the big derpy guns. There's a great sense of satisfaction when you actually blow something up one shot or do a big massive alpha roll on it. You know, so I kind of enjoyed it, you know. And I did enjoy playing this, I have to say. You can see there you're getting some bounces, you know. So I bounced one of the 3 shots and another one missed from the AMX. Although he doesn't have the best pen, of course. We're up tiered in this game, so you can see when I was against the Tiger there, what I decided to do was just take the guaranteed alpha rolls from the HE rounds. I don't fire anything else in this game except HE. Kill shot coming up here on the LTTB. He got lucky earlier. So I was just taking the guaranteed damage on the Tiger 2 that time, rather than going for the possibility of getting a bigger roll, but more than likely missing, because the gun handling on anything except HE rounds in this is awful. One of the things you would have noticed from watching the gameplay is that it has much better reload than the KV2. Again, on the Tiger, I just take the guaranteed alpha roll on the HE round, and I also bounce a shot on the turret as I was moving there, creating those relative armor angles that we saw when we looked at the tech spec. So this is just over 15 seconds, where compared to just over 20 seconds on the KV2, so you get an extra 5 seconds, which is good. This is the kind of thing you can do with splash damage too. If there's a normal round and any tank would bounce off the top, but I actually hit him for a nice alpha roll with this. Happy to do that. Although as I moved up here and I saw the AMX was available for a shot, and I could have one-shotted him. Probably wasn't the best decision, but of course I didn't know the AMX was going to be there when I took it. Now I can fire and clear him. And I'm going to now reload in safety. And I'm going to try to come and help the Tiger, who's been doing a great job down there battling on his own. I have been helping him from a distance, but wasn't able to save him. Now, again, I went for the guaranteed alpha roll on the T44, and now we're just 2v1. And we have the AMX. Now I'm not going to be able to catch that AMX. He gets away here. You just see I'm just coming around as I reload, and I thought I might catch him before, but nope. Turret reverse speed is slow as it is with the KV2, but moving the tracks, it's actually a bit better than the KV2 as well. So moving along, and we're going to see now that I'm actually able to catch him here because he's engaged with my ally. He's not looking at me, and I'm going to be able to come over here and one-shot him for the final kill. There we go. Bam, right into the turret, no problem. And there we go. Mastery badge, over 4k of damage. And pretty big XP on this tank as well. There we go. Almost 1.45k of XP, which is massive. And we just have a look through the efficiency here, and we can see most of the tanks on the enemy team damaged. And you know, I played it safe. I didn't go for the massive alpha rolls and the one shots. I played it safe, tried to support my team as well by putting in damage where I could, and went for the HE rounds, taking the 300 to 400 alpha roll every time. Which, when you consider that if you're up in tier 8, that's more or less, you've got slightly longer reload, let's say, than the IS6 and IS5 and that, but you're putting in similar damage even with your HE round, so it's not so bad, right? So let's have a recap on the key points of this tank. It's basically a KV2 in tier 7 with some nice add-ons. So the extra armor, the faster reload. By the way, one other thing I didn't mention yet is the muzzle velocity in this is much better than the KV2. Why is that important? Well, it means for deflection shooting, so shooting from long distances in this tank, it makes it a lot easier. So that makes the gun handling over for distance shots better in this tank than it is in the KV2. It also has better armor. The spaced armor is helps a lot, more hit points, so therefore you're difficult to one-shot. You can't be one-shotted by a KV2 or another smasher, for example, unless it's at the back where you're going to be very vulnerable. Better muzzle velocity, as I said, for long-range firing. This makes it much easier, and you saw that shot on the LTTB. 5 second reload time it's 5 seconds better reload time. This helps a lot. €33. It's not a bad price compared to some of the things out there, but it's still pricey enough, right? And as I said before, it's lazy from wargaming. It is great fun when the HE rounds hit home, massive alpha rolls, and if you love the KV2, then it's good for you. So Derp does, and Derpless doesn't. If you're not a KV2 lover, then it's not for you. Forget about it. Don't buy it. So cheers, Mush. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful. Hope you found it enjoyable. And I guess all remains for me to say is pants off.